Yes, fans and friends of Bob's Barn Workshop, here we are. We're about a week before Halloween, and I have lots of work to do around the yard. Mow the lawn. I got my ghosts put up a little while ago. The apple tree is all done. This would have been the weekend I would have been coming home from Busco Beach, but I got really sick with some congestion and coughing and sneezing and snot and all that, so I didn't go. I was all prepared. I had the van bed put in and ready to camp out in my van. The lovely wife was going to go with. She's cleaning up the pot gardens, putting them away for the winter. But what we have to do is we have to get back on the Mustang because it has to go into storage next Saturday. You know, nothing procrastinate until the last 6 days, but I've been waiting for parts and I've been doing other things that I had more priority. So, what have we done? We have the new adjustable push rod. These are the push rods. Remember the other, some of them are badly worn. So I got new push rod plates that are adjustable because I couldn't get the other ones to fit that I bought that said they were for a 302. They don't fit. So, I have found top dead center for valve number, cylinder number 1, which if you don't know which cylinder is what on your Mustang or your Ford, you need to do the research to make sure that you know the pattern. Now this one happens to be cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4 in a Ford 302, or small block I guess. 5, 6, 7, 8 all the way to the back. And the firing order for this engine, this is the old classic engine, is 1 to 5 to 4 to 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8 on the end. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess it is 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go check that again. But those three fire right in a sequence at the end. So what I have done is I've turned the crank. Now if you look really carefully, let me get my light over here. You'll see the timing tab. And the groove in the, there's a spark plug wire in the way. The big groove in the harmonic balancer and the timing tab are almost perfectly aligned. They're not quite, but there they are. And I looked at, excuse me, the push rods. I put them back in the hole. Now what I'm doing is I'm turning it back and forth and going backwards a little bit. Nothing happens because it's compressing coming up right now because everything's closed. Okay, so when I cross top dead center, if you watch the leftmost push rod, which if you see the exhaust pipe would be the exhaust valve. Oh, here it comes. It's starting to move up. Well, that means it has just finished its stroke and it's exhausting. Now that's not right, is it? So if we go around, have I got this thing in gear? Yes, I do. Okay, I'm trying to move the car. Hold on. The exhaust valve is going back down now. Oh, here comes the intake. Intake's gone back down, so it should be about 180 degrees out, or maybe 90 degrees. And now it's on the compression stroke of that cylinder. Here come my timing marks. See, they're still closed. That means it's compressing. I have this. Huh. That doesn't make any sense. Why do I have a notch in my harmonic balancer down that way down there. Is that a balancing? And then the exhaust valve is opening. Yeah, I gotta go keep going. I gotta make sure I get this right. Damn ratchet. Gotta think about this again. Exhausting. Okay. Now it's starting the first stroke, because here comes the intake valve is open. Sucking in the fuel. Closing. Now it's compressing. Now I'm looking at my timing marks over here. There's 30 before top dead center. 10. And there's TC. Okay, top dead center is right there. And back it up. It says TC. So I'm going to trust that. I did see where I've wiped some white in here before in the past for my timing marks. Alright. And that says ATC, after top dead center, top center, 20, 30, before top dead center. Okay. You need to fire your cylinders before top dead center the faster your motor's turning, because it takes a while for the burning fuel to react. Alright, so now we know we're on one. I'm going to make some marks on my flywheel here, my 90 degrees apart, so I can figure out where my valves are all at. I wanted to bring you in close here before I got started and show you that these are the push rods, of course. What we need to do is put our adjustable plates on there. We'll put our adjustable plates on there and adjust the rocker arm and let those plates slide until we get that to ride right exactly on the center of this. So you can see that I got the two split plates put in there now, and they're loose, and I'm going to just finger tighten these guys up until they touch. That one's a little sticky. I did try to clean the threads of these all out with a wire brush. I'm only going to show you one of these. We're going to go around all the cylinders. I'll show you the first two, how I'm going to locate the... Okay, so they just got a little bit tight. I don't want it too tight. Can I move it? No, I can't move it. Okay. Can I move that guy? Yeah, I can move them both a little, but boy, it's tough, because they want to move on you. Let's start with this one, because he's out of the way first. Oh, that's the push rod. Okay, let me get that valve on there, or that rocker. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is handheld. So what you want to do when you put your rocker on, if you notice, the top of the rocker here has a flat spot. That's where you want your adjusting nut to go, so the rounded side goes down on the stud. And we pop our push rod up into our... And see, we want our valve to end up just like that. And what we're going to do is just lift this off now without disturbing that. And I'm going to see if I can tighten that without moving that at all. Of course, it's going the wrong way. I see it moved. Shit. I knew that was going to happen. Alright. I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to have to tap it back and forth. Although that looks pretty good right there. Maybe just a little more. Sorry, I got you all cockeyed here. I was knocking on that. Okay, that looks like that might be pretty good. It won't be all over the place like it was before. I want to watch that plate carefully as we start to come down. Okay, that one's snug. Let's adjust the other one. And I'm using the appropriate rockers that came off originally, so all the wear patterns should be the same. These guys are nice and oily. I was getting good oil pressure. Oops. Missed my push rod. Okay. So see how that's centered nice on that valve? The problem is how do I hold that? Can I get under there? Oh yeah, if I get a 5/8 open end wrench, I might be able to get under that. So as you can see, this is kind of a pain. I'm going to watch this one. I got this one adjusted right, so the rocker's on the center. I'm watching that it's not moving. All right. Yeah, they haven't moved. So I've got to do this on all the cylinders. I'm starting with cylinder 1. I'm going to go through all 8. All right, so I have my torque wrench ready to go. I watched those plates to make sure they didn't move on me. I saw several different opinions on how these should be set. And I saw everything between 55 and 65 to 70, so I'm going with 65 foot-pounds. I'm just going to go slow on each one of these because I don't want them to scoot on me. I'm just taking them a little bit at a time here. Come on, baby. Click for me. There she goes. I knew she was getting close. My torque elbow scale is pretty good. Now that we've got it in this position, we can also adjust the valve. That's why I'm doing it this way. I normally would just run through them. But now that they're in the right position, why not adjust the valve clearance while we have it? Right? So, I'm spinning the push rod at just touched. Spinning the push rod. I can feel the friction, okay. Boy, they're centered up really nice on those valves. And now we turn them. I'm going to go with 3/4 of a turn. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3/4 turns, just like that. Valve preload is set. The next cylinder I move over is the front on the right side here. So that'll be this guy over here. And I got to do the same thing. I haven't had that apart yet. Now I need to set the tension on these locking nuts. And because I backed them all the way out flush with the top, so I know I had plenty of clearance. And I'm going to hold the knot anyway, just to be sure that we don't back anything out. And that says 5/8. Yes, it does. All right. So we're going to hold that knot. We're going to give it a really good tighten. Because I had one of these loose. That was one of the problems with this engine, why it was clacking and rapping. I had a loose lifter. And I thought I had serious engine problems and I didn't. Okay, nice and tight. All right. 1 down, 8 to go. So I should be easily able to turn this engine over 1/4 of a turn. I made white marks on the flywheels over here. These have already been loosened up. I'll tighten them back down till they just touch so we can watch them move. Okay, so now I want to come another 1/4 of a turn. Now these are down, I believe. I'm going to turn it till I see that they've been closed a long time. I can tell they're at bottom. Nothing's moving up or down. So I'm on my white mark. I know they're at the lowest part of the travel. All right. Let me see if I can get this guy setting here at least. There we go. Look this guy here. These guys will just lift off. Now I've been laying them out on a paper towel, tissue, whatever, in the order they come out so I don't confuse them. I want all the wear patterns to be the same. So that nut, this will go fast once you get used to it. That nut, that lifter, that push rod, and that push rod all came out the way they should come out. Now let's see how much torque it takes to get them itch bays out. Okay, I got the studs cleaned. I got the new adjustable guide plates here. I'll put this one in. We'll put the push rod in later. It's a little gooey. I trust the comp cams part more than I trust the cat. I had the cat before, but I thought back when I did this about 15 years ago, the cat was a good brand. You never know. All right. Well, alrighty then. Oh, these are cockeyed. There we go. Went in by hand pretty good. I think these guys will both move a little bit. All right. I can see the marks on the push rods where they've been riding on the old ones. You know, I never changed the length of the standard push rods or anything in this. I mean, I don't. Am I supposed to do that when I put in rockers? I mean, I don't know. I just kind of went by what I could find. All right. Now we got to do the same thing. We got to dill these guys around. Oh. Hold him down with my hand and see if I can. Oh, damn it. Why do they always go the wrong way? Get that little snugness on there. And it's pretty easy to see when they hit right on the center of the valve. Nice. And this guy. Once you get them started, I think they're not going anywhere. Yeah, he hasn't moved. What's the other one? human eye can detect tiny amounts of motion pretty good. In this case, a few thousandths wouldn't matter anyway. Alright, let's test them again. Yeah, that one I don't like. I gotta move him farther out. Get out that way a little bit. Let's try him again. Let's tack him down here. There we go. Now I need a screwdriver or something in there. That's what I need. Oh, good, a Harbor Freight. There we go. I call it Fright. Harbor Freight. Whatever. I'm gonna put some pressure on that. There we go. Now we see how he fits. Yeah, don't put your rockers on upside down like I just tried to do. Yeah, there we go. I'm calling that one pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Let's try the other one. And what I'm doing is it's going just about to each edge of the roller here when you push it back and forth. Goes to that edge, goes to that edge. Perfect. Time to torque them. I accept that. And it feels like quite a bit of torque, what I'm putting on there. Which I laid over here. Don't lay your torque wrench across the battery terminals would be my suggestion. I'm under my light here. And get just a little bit, because I don't want them loosening up. You know what I'm saying, boys. Let's put them on and adjust them. All right, and remember, make sure your push rod goes into your cup. Make sure the flat on your trunnion there is in the center. Now, why did that guy kind of creeped? Okay, see, I got to redo. Redo. I didn't like it. It shifted a little on me. There's no way I can hold it and tighten it. That's the main problem. There's my wire brush. I can, however, stick a screwdriver in there now and hold it. Preliminary torque cue to it. Well, maybe chili for lunch wasn't a good idea. Hello, blue engine paint in there. I did paint this engine. I took it and tanked it. Perfect. Engine has been tanked, completely stripped 15 years ago when we rebuilt her. All right, that's gonna have to be, that works. It's very close. And we run it down till she touches. And just feel the touch. Okay, as we did before, 3/4 turns. So there's 1, 2, 3. Go to the next one. 1, 2, 3. They're adjusted. Simple as that. Hydraulic lifters will adjust themselves dynamically during the, when they get kind of charged up. All that. All right, you guys don't want to see me do this on the whole engine now. I've shown you 2. I'll come back and maybe we'll see them. We'll put the valve covers on. I got beautiful new valve covers, rubber gaskets, you know, metal reinforced rubber gaskets, rubber biscuit. Get down in there, baby. These are very hard, so you have a hard time stripping them. All right, guys, that's 2 of them. We'll come back when we get all 8 done. All right, kids, I am on number 8 cylinder, which is the number 8 one I have to take apart, the 8th one. So I guess I'll film this. I may or may not edit it in. This is the one that was loose. I had the rocker completely off from the stud. One of the caps must have loosened up, and that's why it was rapping so loud. I should have taken the valve covers off and checked the valve adjustment long ago, but being a rookie, you know, you don't always think of all the things that could happen. Got a lot of sealant on this, whatever it is. I'm glad to get it done. I'm hoping I told my wife, I says we should go to the drive-in this Friday night, the night before we have to put it in storage. It'd be cold, we'll have to wear our parkas, you know, snowmobile suits. It's a convertible, it's gotta be, the top's gotta be down. This was one of the guide plates that doesn't look so bad. Alright. Anyway. Alright, the studs are out. Last guide plate's out. Last bad guide plate is out. I really don't like these sectional guide plate, the 2-piece ones, but they're the only ones I could get to fit. And but you know, just like anything else that's loose like this, you get it primarily tightened down and it's straight, and you give it a reef with a big wrench and it moves. So I had to keep going back and knocking them around a little, putting a little snug on them, and then knock them around a little more and try it again until I finally got it right, you know. But Now let's see how much it moved. Because the eyes have been moving. Oh no, that one looks good. That one looks good. All right. Centered up right on the top of the valve. Wiggle a little bit so you know the roller fits. Now, we know that that cylinder is at top dead center because I've been rotating this engine forward in the firing order, 1/4 of a turn on the crankshaft, which I've been watching my chalk marks, and I've been feeling the tops of the valves, and I know they're not moving, so I know they're on the low point of the cam. As I come around on the cylinder, I'm going to do it just to make sure. Now I can do my valve adjustment. Now this will take a lot of cranking to start because when she sits, the fuel flows back to the tank. It takes a while to prime the pump. Okay, so I just turn them down till they just feel friction. And how many turns, boys? 3/4. Okay, so I'll start here. 1/2, 3/4. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. That's all there is to it. It doesn't have to be super precise. You don't need any feeler gauges because of the hydraulic lifters. Now my problem is do I want to start this? I got the plugs all out. I got brand new plugs. I haven't got any ZDDP additive. I heard you're supposed to do that. Now is that in Mobile 1? I mean, I burn Mobile 1 all the time, so you guys will have to tell me what I got to do. But let me tighten those set screws up so I don't forget. Lest one forgets. Let's start on the back one first. Turn the center Allen screw locking pin nut, whatever you want to call it, set screw. I guess it's a set screw. All the way down. And then Mondo, put your wrench in the set screw. Tighten the piss out of it. That's an old terminology my dad taught me. All right, they're not going to come loose. So now let me crank this the rest of the way to top dead center again, and we can line up to make sure our spark plugs are in the right. You can see a little bit of my chalk mark down here. And there's the timing tab. Where's my flex? I had a flex head here with a crankshaft turning socket on it, 15/16 I should say. I don't need my torque cue anymore. I got brand new polished aluminum Ford Mustang valve covers, just polished chrome aluminum. Not polished chrome aluminum, you know what I mean. There we go. So now we're coming around, starting to see the timing marks. And that's STC right there. Right on the dead nuts. So that should be pointing at cylinder 1, which it sure looks like it is. Time to clean my hands a little bit. Maybe we'll give her a quick crank after I put the plugs in. You don't want to see me put the plugs in, you know, they're spark plugs. They go in the holes and you tighten them up. Yep, I just did a zoom test on the motor. She clicked a little bit at first, but that was because of the lifter. As soon as they just quieted right down. But I just wanted to show you these beautiful polished aluminum valve covers before I actually put them in the car. I'm going to put some pledge on them first. Some wax to help keep them from fogging up and clean them. And then we'll put them on. I got a couple minutes left on this battery. These rubber valve cover gaskets unfortunately don't snap in to this like the stamped steel ones have holes, slots for the ears to snap into. So this is going to be a little bit more daunting to get it in there. I'm going to remove that. I'm just going to have to wiggle the bolt holes out and get them to drop in there. So, with the heater pipes, it makes it that much harder. Come on, baby. Come to Papa. There we go. Alright, well you can see I'm just going to waggle these stupid things in and around and get them in here all located like they should be by using the bolts and work them in. So I'm not going to film this. Alright, I don't know if I showed you guys this before we started this project a long time ago, but if you remember right, she had a pretty bad clickety-clack in her. I can't find the dang PCV valve. So that's missing. So there's that. I'm going to start it up without the air cleaner to begin with. And then, I don't know what happened to that valve. It just disappears, of course. Stuff gets absorbed into the system around here. It's like quicksand, you know. Really annoying. Don't ever know what happens to this stuff, and it never shows up again. Bravo. But, anyway. Whining aside, I'm going in circles here. Let's see if she'll start. She should start right up. We've had her running. Set the joke. Does have a little tap, but she always has. I think it's a fuel pump. Yeah, that oil will burn off in a minute. always had that tick. Don't sound bad though. A little cammy, that's why she rumbles a little bit. Yeah, here's the music. She runs a little fast. Isn't that the best sounding Mustang ever?